Okay, I'm going to show you how to get into the math workout things just now. So we're going to click on number, and then when we open up the number one, then we want to get to percent. So percents is number 17. You can try these if you want, it's just percents again. They are actually in here anyway, so we're just going to go to flash percents one. And when you'll find that target one has decimal, sorry about the noise there, okay, decimals and percentages. So what would that be as a decimal? If it's 75%, it will be 0.75. Be careful with the 0.5. Remember, it should have two decimal places. That's a half, so it should be 50% and so forth. Remember, you can check as you go. Okay? I'm not putting the volume off here, so I apologise about that because I'm not sure whether the mic will still work then. Okay, you can go up a level now. This is where I was saying about 12.5%. Do you remember 12.5%, what that was? It was 0.125, it was an 8, okay? So for the decimals, it's not an issue, but it's just to remind you about that. Remember, when you go to do 0.4, 40%, if you write 0.40, it might say you're right here, but it won't in that quiz. But this will not be 2%, just to remind you, that is actually 0.2 or 0.20, it's 20%, okay? So you can go up that level as well. Going further up, 3% is not a 10, it's just a small unit. So if you move into places, it will be 0.03 to remind you about that. And then you can go on and do that. Going up, it goes to fractions. So 50% I know is a half. If you press the tab button, the two arrows, it will jump down for you. What's a quarter? I would hope you know that's 25%. You could do this for the other percents. So if I write it as 70 over 100, then I can think about it and I can see that I can divide both by 10 there. Okay. What's a tenth? I'm hoping you know that's 10%. And then 30%. If you know that 1/10 is 10%, what would 30% be? It'd be 3/10. But if not, you can write it as percent first and then look at it and think what to do. Okay. On to these, let's go to 12.5. Do you remember what 12.5% is? 12.5% is half of 25%. So half of a quarter is an eighth, and I'm using that tab key to do that. So when you get to this page, if you want to test yourself and push yourself further, then please remember that if you know 1/8, 3/8 will be 3 of these. 3/10s are 30, 3/2s are 6, but 3.5s make 1.5, so this will be 37.5. So the reason I'm doing this video is to remind you that if you want to stretch yourself, this is definitely harder. 20% is the same as 2/10s because 10% is 1/10, but it will not accept that as an answer. Why not? Because you could half that, and remember 20% can be a fifth. So if you know 20% is a fifth, what's 2/5? So we would have to think, okay, it'd be 4/10, and it goes to 40%. So if you know a fifth is 20% of by heart, you can find 2/5, 3/5, on and on. 1/8 is 12.5, 7/8. There's two ways to do this. You could find 7 of those. Or if you know what 1/8 is, you could take 12.5 off of a whole 100%. Okay, and I'll let you think about these. So it might be worth, if you want to try this, writing what 1/8 is, what 3/8 is, what 5/8 is at the side. Okay. Getting tougher, 45 over 100. 5 goes into both. 5 into that goes 20. Okay, so you might want to do that while you're thinking. 1 over 20, what's it over 100? You times it by 5 and you'd get 5%. 85 over 100, I would write 85 over 100 and then think, okay, 5 into that. I know 5 20s make 100. 5 into 8 goes once, but remember to carry the 3 and I get my answer. You remember this one, what's a third? It's fancy. It's 33 and a third. So you can try all of these. They get tougher and tougher. Okay. These ones then have the fraction, the decimal, and the percent. So if you know the decimal, Or what's a 0.5? It's the same as a half. 7/10 is the same as 70%. Decimal is probably the easiest part to do. So you know 70% is 0.70 or 0.7. Okay? So probably the toughest one to do is the fraction, but these are easier ones, and then it goes to tougher ones. If you're writing a third as a fraction, you have to write it as 0.333 because 0.3 would be 30%. So you'll see tougher ones here as well. And then you can try a game. So I'm sorry about the noise, but to hear me, I have to still keep this one. So you can try it like this, or you can go, okay, 75%, what would that be? That'd be 10%, 50%, 25%. Oh, did I come across anything like that yet? There was 10%, 75%. Oh, I had a 25 somewhere, didn't I? There was 90, there was 20, 40, 50. Thank you very much. Can you beat me? So you can try that out if you want. And then this one here's tougher. So I would suggest you actually try to memorize going along the way. And then, do you see that there? So if you memorize going along the way, then you might manage to get some things. Okay? Right, your choice whether you want to do this, because you are only supposed to spend 1 hour on things. So it's just to show you that you could have quite a lot of time on this if you want. Okay, remember an eighth is 12.5%. Okay, so if you just do it randomly, you'll never get there. So I'll reset this and I'll have one more go. 20%, 30%. Oh, I know that. An eighth, 2/5, 3/5. Oh, 3/5 is 60%. An eighth, 2/5, 20%. Aha, oh, I was wrong. 4/5. Can you beat me? Thank you very much again. Okay, can you beat me? So all of these are tricky. We've not got to this. You can do this if you want, but this is what we're going to start doing next week. Trying to put things in order, maybe look at scores and things like that, so you don't go anywhere beyond this, okay? So you can have fun playing the games, but this is optional, okay? Because I can't ask you to do too much. You're not going near target 2. If you want to do more calculations non-calculator, finding percents, that's target 3, and with the calculators, target 4. But what I want you to focus on, if you want to spend any more time, is target 1. Okay, enjoy, and I hope you have a lovely week.